You must respect those who laid the foundation. You must respect those who came first. Well, unfortunately, some of those pioneers, as people, are simply some of the worst.
And here we go. Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you stopped by. And if you're brand new, welcome. Grab a seat, stay a while. But do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Go next door, ring that bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button. And before you head out, drop a comment. If you are one of the regulars here, welcome back for another round. I ask that you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment, because YouTube does love those comments. And of course, share the video out on all social media. Speaking of socials, Instagram, X down below in the description. Also, check out the link to that Joker Voice merch store. Got a lot of information for this video. All relevant links will also be down below in the description. Because, oh my, oh my, oh my. 1 week removed from the Netflix debut of Raw for the WWE, one of the biggest stories sadly has little to nothing to do with what happened in the ring. It involves the hostile reception received by one Hulk Hogan. Now, this has stirred social media with a very loud, vocal group of fans making rather outrageous claims. Claims that fans of the current product simply hate the foundation. They hate Hulk Hogan. They hate WWE Legends. They hate the Attitude Era. They hate the WWE Divas. And they hate Vince McMahon. As if for no reason at all. Wow. As a fan of this product and seeing its evolution over 40 years, something we definitely should talk about.
This is gonna be good.
So there's a lot to unpack here. So let's go ladies first. And we'll go with the WWE Divas. Now, the Divas era, which was highlighted by the Barbie accessory of a title belt here, started in July 20th of 2008 with the first Divas champion, that would be Michelle McCool, until the title was decommissioned in April 3rd of 2016 with the final champion, Charlotte Flair. Now that's 7 years, 8.5 months, or 2,815 days, of which, in the true Vince McMahon fashion, was a hot potato champion, as the title changed hands 26 times between 17 different individuals. Now, these matches that would determine championships and be on TV were about 3 minutes in length. Not a lot of time. Not a lot of time was given to the women of this time. But you would get some highlight matches like the Playboy pillow fight. I'd completely forgotten about that. I had to look that up. Matter of fact, the only good thing that came out of this era was Divas champion AJ Lee, which leads to really the only memorable moment, which was when after WrestleMania, champion AJ Lee is in the ring, NXT champion Paige comes out to congratulate her, gets knocked down to, challenged to a match. Paige pins AJ Lee and becomes the Divas champion. So it's not that they hate the Divas era, just the Divas era and women in WWE at this time was just
Boring!
Now, speaking of eras, one of the most popular eras of all time, the Attitude Era, 5 year span between 1997 and 2002. Now, moments great moments throughout this time as this boom to push professional wrestling into more of a mainstream. But this was really a product of its time. This was the era of the shock jock, Martin Downey Jr. and Howard Stern, crash raunch TV like Jerry Springer. Now, again, there were great moments. My favorite match of all time is in this era. But for the most part, this era is full of cringe and it just aged like milk. I mean, and contrary to some popular belief, this was not an original creative idea. Oh no, this was a reaction to what Eric Bischoff was doing over with WCW. And at the head of this creative process was Vince McMahon and head writer Vince Russo. Vince Russo left the WWE in 1999 to go join WCW. We all know how that ended up. And later joined TNA when he left TNA in about 2014. TNA has not recovered since then. Now, Wrestle Talk has two video essays documenting of who ultimately killed WCW and TNA. Now, while not naming him specifically as the cause, a major contributing factor for the destruction of both these brands is the raunch storytelling of Vince Russo.
Why am I not surprised?
Another one of these ridiculous statements. The hatred of Hulk Hogan by proxy also extends to other WWE legends.
Are you stupid or something?
Appearance on Raw was more than just a cameo. It was a product placement spot for his own Real American beer. That's an odd choice. Because when I think of the WWE and I think of beer, Hulk Hogan is not the first person that comes to mind. Because I'm sure if Stone Cold Steve Austin made an appearance, you might get a much different result.
Duh.
Another reason for the hatred towards Hogan is he has a past. He does, saying things in interviews that are just blatantly untrue and also making statements of a racial nature. But you know who else has a past that's fairly well documented? Shawn Michaels. However, unlike Hogan, Michaels, however, owns and recognizes his past, and by all accounts, has atoned in the minds of fans, whereas Hogan has made little to no effort to offer any contrition at all, opting to just ignore it and hoping that people will just forget. But the reason for the hostile reception at Raw was woke, liberal California. That's the reason. Yeah, because Hulk Hogan publicly supported Donald Trump. That's the real reason he got booed. No, because if that was the case, when The Undertaker appeared on his motorcycle to make a cameo, who also not only publicly supported Donald Trump, had him on his podcast, why wasn't he met with the same hostile reception?
Good question.
So let's see. Divas, check. Attitude Era, check. WWE Legends, Hogan, check. That leaves Vincent Kennedy McMahon, the disgraced former owner, CEO, and chairman of the WWE. At one point, under investigation by the Department of Justice for alleged sexual abuse and sex trafficking. There's still the civil case with Janelle Grant pending, and the Lower Manhattan District Court, also on trafficking, still under investigation. Now, late last week, Vince McMahon's PR team posted this statement right here that had folks saying that Vince will be eventually headed back to the WWE. As it says in the words to open this, the case is closed. Now, this closed case refers to a suit with the Security and Exchange Commission where Vince settled for $1.7 million over what he called a minor accounting error. Now, this minor accounting error is related to various hush money payments that Vince has made to cover up his affairs through his time as CEO and head of the WWE. As according to the Wall Street Journal, there has been at least 4 women that we know of with payments to the tune of $12 million. Now,
That's a lot of money.
not to mention the alleged cover-up of the sexual abuse of the late Ashley Mazzaro on a military base in Kuwait, which Vince knew about, John Laurinaitis knew about. They kept quiet so as not to upset the relationship with the WWE and the United States Armed Forces. So, I got news for you folks who actually think that Vince is going to become or buy his way back to the top and be in control of the WWE.
Never gonna happen.
I get met with the same argument all the time. How dare you? If it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, if it wasn't for Vince McMahon, there would be no WWE.
No shit, Sherlock!
Okay, great. Hulk Hogan, arguably the greatest character in professional wrestling history. The only character who could carry a brand, one brand as a babyface, and carry a separate brand as a heel. It's never been done before. And Vince McMahon, the greatest, most successful promoter and booker in professional wrestling history. No question. That does not absolve them from scrutiny, from criticism, ridicule, or even resentment. It also means that I don't have to want to see them on my TV screen. It also means that the product they created cannot be improved. The Divas era got a serious upgrade with the arrival of the 4 horsewomen, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Becky Lynch from NXT Black and Gold. Long-term storytelling has allowed superstars to carve out their own legendary path. Leading the way of this is the greatest story ever told in professional wrestling, Saga of the Bloodline, and at the head of that is the original tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
It's so badass.
And at the head of all of this is Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque. In his over 30 years in the WWE, has seen it all. And in his own words, this era of WWE, by every measurable metric, is the greatest era ever. But these are just some points to ponder. I'm curious to hear what you have to think. Let me know down below in the comments. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, folks. Kind of a heavy video today, but thank you for stopping by. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I really appreciate that. I will see you guys Wednesday for Wednesday Night is Overbooked. And hope you had a great weekend. Have a great week ahead of you guys, folks. Keep talking, keep smiling, keep having fun. Until then, toodles.
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right, Cliff?